Right. Cold backups means the cold backups. Okay. Means the backups that we can take when the DB is DB is what?
Offline.
Offline.
Offline. Okay. So the online databases, whatever when the database is online, whatever backups we have. So those are all like we can perform on the online databases. So those are called hot backups. Whatever backups we discussed, those are all called hot backups. This backup, like the backups that we can take when the database is offline, so that is called cold backups. I'm not giving assignments to you. Even I'm itself explaining everything in the class only. I'll give this assignment to you. Fine. So now how to take cold backups, guys? How to take cold backups? So to take the cold backup, see, for example, if you see Flipkart database here, the database is offline. Cold backup is nothing but you have to copy the physical files to different location. Okay. How to take cold backups? We can take cold backups by copying the database physical files to another location. That's it. Okay. See, if the database is online, generally you cannot copy it. Let me show you that one also. So if you want to see the files of this database, go to properties and go to that file space and go to this location. Yeah. Copy this location, Control C, Windows R, Control V, enter. So in this location, you can see all the files. Okay, in this location, you can see all the files. So now see, Amazon is online, Batch57 is also online. I am trying to copy these physical files, data file, log file. I am trying to copy Control C. And what I'll do, I'll open this PC. Okay, Windows plus E and this PC and then C drive, Control Shift and new folder and cold backups. Okay, enter. So when I'm trying to copy, I will get an error. What is that? The action can't be completed because the file is open in SQL Server. What it means? When the database is online, generally the files will be in open state, the data file and log. Then only it can insert the transactions, right? So when the file is open, if the notepad is open, if the Word document is open, can you rename that Word document or can you move that Word document to another location? No, right? Have you ever tried when the file is open, when the Word document is open, and when you are trying to move that Word document to another location, it will throw you an error that file is in use. In the same way, when the file is open, when you are trying to rename that file, also it will tell you file is in use. So if the files are open, you cannot move the files, you cannot rename the files. In the same way, when the database is online, I cannot move the physical files. Guys, you can either copy the physical files to another location also, or you can take manual backups also. So what is the difference here? Copying physical files means it needs more storage. See, this is completely 16 MB. See, 16 MB, one is 8 MB, another one is 8 MB. Two files I have to completely copy to another location means 16 MB I have to spend. This is normal database. Like if it is a big database, if it is 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes and all, copying itself will take a lot of time. And even for 2 terabytes database, you need 2 terabytes of storage. There is no compression here. And one more major disadvantage is you have to bring the database offline. So as we have to take the backups on a regular basis, how can we bring the databases offline for every day, for every 15 minutes, for every 4 hours or 6 hours? It is not possible, right? So that's why we don't take cold backups. Directly you can copy the physical files to another location. That is also backup, but that you cannot copy. See, Flipkart is offline, right? You can see here red mark. Now I can try copying this, Control C. Okay. Go to this location, cold backups, Control V. I can copy. Why? Because Flipkart is in offline state. Without having any issues, you will get it. Right? Clear, guys? That is called cold backups. We'll never do. So now tell me which backups are possible on resource database. So there are two interview questions. Okay, assignment. I'll give you this as assignment. Assignment. So which backups are possible on resource DB? We discussed a lot of backups, right? So tell me which backups are possible on resource DB. As resource DB is not visible in the SSMS, try with the queries whether full backup is possible or not, differential is possible or log is possible or not. and how to take cold backups on system databases. Okay, how to take cold backups on system databases. These are the assignments, guys. Okay, I'll ask you tomorrow. So these two are the assignment questions. Just do at 5 minutes. It don't take more than 5 minutes. Believe me. Just spend some time and just check it, check the answers and all, and try it. And if you are able to find out, just send me a screenshot. Okay, in the WhatsApp. I'll check it. How many of you completed the assignment? Okay, fine, guys. Are we good now? Any questions so far?
Shamok,
Yes, yes, please.
when is cold backup recommended? Is there any
There is no
instance where
specific
they
case.
recommend cold backup?
There is no specific case. In case if sometimes, okay, you want to take OS level backups. If the server is crashed and all, you want to take OS level backups. In such scenarios, generally we'll use cold backups, but generally we'll never use any cold backups.
So when you're doing a migration, maybe during cutover, you don't recommend to stop everything and take cold backups?
That again depends on the database. B. Okay, so complete this assignment, you will get
Okay.
an idea. Okay,
Okay.
complete this
All right.
assignment, you will get an idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. This one, then you will get an idea. Okay, system databases, right? So any other
Thank you.
questions,
Thank
guys?
you.
Yeah, thank you, B. Any other questions, guys? Mm, right. Okay, fine. So let's continue with the recovery models, guys. So now till now we discussed about the what I can say, backups. So backups will help you to provide the safety of the database. So even though we have backups, we should be able to recover the database, right? We should be able to recover the database. So what kind of approach is there to recover? How we can recover? On what basis we can recover? That is called restoring. Okay, recovery is nothing but restoring the database. So all these things will be discussed. Before discussing, let's discuss about this important concept called recovery models. For sure, from backups, you will get this question also, recovery models. From backups and restores, you will get an expected question. This will be recovery models. If you go to Microsoft interview, the first question they will ask is recovery models only. Okay, so it is very important and you can understand easily. It's not so difficult topic, simple topic, small topic only. So what is this recovery model? So recovery model is nothing but changing the behavior of the log file is called recovery model. Okay, changing the behavior of the log file is called recovery model. So what is the behavior of the log file, guys? Tell me. Earlier we discussed, right, in our previous sessions, we discussed what is the behavior of the log file generally. What is the normal behavior of the log file, guys? What is the normal behavior? What is the use of the log file?
Record every
Showing the
changes.
history.
So it will write everything to the log file, right? What is meant by val? What is meant by val? WAL. What is meant by val? Anyone remember that point? What is meant by log file hardening? What is meant by log file hardening?
Yes, hardening means all the data has been saved to the data file
That is
after
called
the
log file
transaction.
hardening.
Hardening means when we enter any transaction, and then the transaction will hardening. I mean, transaction will save to the log file.
That's it. Okay, but then why you are saying data file?
No,
So
after that the
that
log
is
file will
different.
truncate.
That is different. That is different. No, the exact meaning is log file hardening means writing everything to the log file. Even val also same, write ahead logging, right?
Right ahead logging.
Ahead means what? Right ahead of logging. Logging means writing, guys. Simple. Logging means writing ahead of logging. So it will write every detail of the transaction. Multiple times we discussed in the log file. For every transaction, not only the transaction, 108 attributes will be stored of every transaction. So writing everything to the log file is the general behavior of the log file, guys. Writing everything to the log file, whatever transactions that are coming, the transaction related information, particular transaction, the command, database ID, database name, page ID, LSN number for every transaction. Every transaction is represented by an LSN number internally. So the LSN number, previous LSN, before LSN, current LSN, okay, and the object ID as discussed. So all these things will be logged inside the log file. That is called writing everything to the log file is called WAL val or write ahead logging, guys. That is the general behavior of the log file. That is the general behavior. So we have ceiling fans, right? Generally, in the ceiling fans, we have regulator, right? So regulator, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 modes. If you put one, it will be like a normal mode. It will be if you put two, just normal. Okay, three, little okay, and four, speed, and if you go to five, fast. So how it will be changed? Like, or else if you go to any car or bike, when you change it the gear, so it will be like depends on the traffic, depends on the particular. Okay, what I can say, when you are driving, you can keep changing the gears. So when you change the gear, the speed also it will be increased, it will be decreased. The speed will be managed. So this is also same. Recovery model is a kind of a gearbox of the database. Okay, so there are three recovery models in the SQL Server. There are three recovery models. Like in the regulator, how we have 5 points in the gear, we have gears, right? 4 gears, 5 gears, 6 gears, and all. In the same way, we have 3 gears for the databases, guys, or else log file. There are three recovery models, guys. Recovery models in the SQL Server. In the SQL Server. So one is full recovery model. You can understand what is meant by full recovery model. Full speed means, right? You know, right? Full speed means completely using the potentiality of the particular engine. So that is called full recovery model and bulk logged recovery model. Okay, bulk logged recovery model. And the last one is simple recovery model. Okay, full recovery model, bulk logged recovery model, and a simple recovery model, guys. So when you put your database is in full recovery model, it will behave differently. When you put your database in bulk logged recovery model, it will behave differently. When you put your database in simple recovery model, it will behave differently. Very simple. It will means the log file will behave differently. So whatever we discussed till now, everything like writing everything to the log file. Okay. So storing everything in the log file, keeping the data until it is going to be processed to the data file, everything will be stored. Everything will be done in the full recovery model. Whatever databases you can see, where I can see the recovery model, let me show you. Okay. If you go to any database, properties, and if you go to options, there you can see, guys, there you can see the recovery model. See recovery model, there are three: full, bulk log, simple recovery model. How to change it? Currently it is running with full. You can change it to bulk log like this. You can change it to simple like this. Okay, so like this you can change the recovery model, guys. Like this you can change the recovery model. So now when the database is in full recovery model, what will happen? Okay, so log file will write everything to the or else SQL Server. Okay, SQL Server will write everything to the log file. Okay, everything to the log file. It will store 108 attributes of every transaction. Every transaction. Okay, it will store when the database is in full recovery model, then only it will write 108 attributes. Means completely, I told you, right? When you are like sending any parcel, okay, or letter, you have to write complete address. Then only the letter or parcel will reach the recipient. Okay. So in the same way, when you are having complete details, it is easy to roll back. Undo, redo is easy. If you don't have enough details, if there is a state comes like a redo, okay, then if you don't have complete details, like when you are sending money to me, so you will generally, what you will mention, you will mention my UPI ID and the amount, right? That only you can see. But internally, it will track a lot of details. It will track your device ID, it will track my device ID, okay, the bank details, and lot of things. The transaction ID, it will allocate a transaction ID in case if something goes wrong, it has to track with the transaction ID, right? How many details it is adding when you are sending money, right? Once the payment is successful, you can see the transaction details. If the payment is failed, you can see why it was failed. So even though you are inputting the UPI ID and the amount and the reason why you are sending, the purpose you are sending, but still it will add lot of things. Why it will add? In case if the transaction failed, it has to reverse the transaction. When it can reverse, if it has your proper UPI ID and you are doing an authorized transaction, it will verify, and if the transaction is failed, automatically it will reverse the transaction to your account, so then only you are able to get the amount. If it is not tracking complete details, it cannot reverse the transaction. That is called redo. Okay, so this is how it will work. So when you are having complete details, recovery is possible, guys. When you have complete details, recovery is possible. So that's why for every transaction, when I am writing insert into student values, something 1 comma Shanmukh comma something from Bangalore, if I mention, you can see that statement only. But when you execute, that SQL server will add, okay, the database, the transaction ID, LSN number to that particular, on which database, on which table, on which object ID, okay, what is the transaction, like that. Every minute details it will track and it will keep it with it. So until the transaction is moved to that particular data file, the details will be stored in the log file only. Once the transaction completely moved to the data file, once it return the data to the disk, which is data file, then what it will do, it will erase the whole detail, like it will truncate the details. If the log file doesn't truncate, I told you, right, log file is a reusable file. Log file is a reusable file. How it will reuse? Whatever data is coming from the application, first it will write down everything to the log file, and it will do a commit, and then that data will be moved to the data file. Until the data is going to be moved to the data file, temporarily it will be stored in the log file. Once the data is written to the disk permanently, written to the table, written to the disk permanently, written to the data file permanently, then there is no use of that transaction for us. The data is safe now. It was written to the table now. It was written to the disk now. So we don't need the transaction. Whatever 108 attributes, we don't need it now. And then it will truncate it. Okay, that details will be wiped out from the log file. Okay, same like money. Okay, until you are going to send money to me, it will write down everything. Once it was successful, okay, that transaction will be truncated from the log file. That doesn't mean the record will be deleted from the table, guys. Okay, whatever data is there, it will be truncated. So log file will be reusable file. That's why I said log file is a reusable file in the SQL server. So all these things, whatever we discussed, every point is possible when the database is in full recovery model. When the database is in full recovery model, the database, like whatever we discussed, everything is possible, guys. So growth of the T-log is very fast and drastic. T-log is very fast and drastic, guys. Right? As you know that you can easily imagine, as it is writing 108 attributes of every transaction into the log file. So the growth of the T-log is very fast and drastic, guys. The growth of the T-log means transaction log file is very fast and drastic in this recovery model. Data safety will be there in this recovery model. Data safety will be there in this recovery model, guys. In this recovery model, data safety will be there. So mostly on the production servers, okay, on the production servers, we will recommend, okay, full recovery model, guys. We'll recommend full recovery model only. If you go and check every database on the production servers, you can see full recovery model only. In the full recovery model only, point in time recovery is possible. In the full recovery model, In the full recovery model, all the backups are possible. Whatever we discussed, full backup, differential backup, log backup, all the backups are possible. All the backups are possible. If all the backups are possible, then point in time recovery is also possible. Point in time recovery is also possible in the full recovery model, guys. Pakka interview question, whether point in time recovery is possible or not in the full recovery model. Whether point in time recovery is possible or not possible in the full recovery model. Okay, tell me, guys, is it possible or not possible?
Yes,
Yes.
it's possible.
Yes.
Yes,
So
it's possible.
why? What is the reason?
Because we can take all type of
We can take all
backup.
type of backup. Right, we can take all type of backups. So that's why when you can take all type, point in time recovery can be achieved with all type of backups, right? With full, especially full differential log backups, we should have to achieve the point in time recovery. So in the full recovery model, we can take full backup, differential backup, and log backup also. So in the full recovery model, point in time recovery is fully possible, completely possible. Okay, clear? Any questions, doubts, guys, so far? Right. Let's go to bulk log recovery model. So what is this bulk log recovery model? Simple, just interviewers will confuse you in this recovery model, but don't get confused here. It is easy only. So bulk logged recovery model, bulk logged recovery model. For example, as I said earlier, for every transaction, it will write 108 attributes, right, to the log file. So that is okay. But bulk means what? If you are doing huge inserts, bulk updates, bulk inserts and all. So when you are writing bulk operations on the database, if you are inserting 1 million transactions, so 1 million into, for every transaction, 108 attributes. 1 million into 108 attributes, how much, guys? 1 million into 108 attributes. 108 million attributes it has to write to the log file. Agreed or not? Correct, right, guys? 108 million attributes it has to write to the log file. So when it is writing 108 million attributes, the log file will be very rapidly, it will be full. So when the log file is full, what will happen, Shanmukh? When the log file is full, if you don't accommodate enough free space in the drive, when the log file is full means it will try to consume the whole free space in the drive. If the log file is full means the drive also will be full. If the drive is full means if there is no free space in the drive, the database will go to a restoring state. The database won't be accessible, guys. If there is no free space, at least breathing space should be there. At least breathing space should be there to access the database. If the log file is completely full, it will consume the whole free space of the drive. So even though you are adding extra free space, it will keep consuming the whole free space. So completely, if the drive is full at one point of time, log file won't be accessible. If the log file won't be accessible, the database won't be accessible. The database will go to restoring state. The database will go to a restoring state. So that is the challenge. So when you are doing a bulk operations, this kind of model is not suitable, right? When you are doing a bulk operations, this kind of model is not suitable. So which model we have? We have bulk logged recovery model. What will happen in the bulk logged recovery model? It will also same as full recovery model only. It will also same as full recovery model only. Okay, it will also same as full recovery model only. Then what is the difference, Shanmukh? But all the bulk operations are minimally logged. Minimally logged. If any normal operations are there, it will work like a full recovery model, guys. Remember, this is very important point. If normal even though the database is in bulk logged recovery model, if you are inserting normal operations, normal inserts you are doing, like without using bulk command and all you are inserting, it will work same as full recovery model only. If you use bulk insert, bulk command, okay, then all the bulk operations are minimally logged. Minimally logged means what? Minimally logged means only completely logged means complete details will be stored. Minimally logged means Minimally logged means what? Basic details will be
Bas-
stored.
Minimal
Okay,
details.
minimal details will be stored. When you have basic details, can I recover the particular object or transaction? Right? So here in the bulk logged recovery model, what will happen? It don't store all the 108 attributes. Generally, 108 attributes means what? Your database ID, your object ID, okay, at what time you are inserting, timestamp, date stamp, who is inserting, everything will be stored. Whereas when you are doing bulk insert, okay, if you are doing bulk inserts, when the database is in full recovery model, it will work same, like how the full recovery model, same. But that is not recommended. That is not recommended. Why it's not recommended? It will consume the log file space like anything. So the free space will be consumed completely and the database will go to suspect state or restoring state. To avoid that, when users confirmed, hey, we are doing a bulk operations now, please you can change the recovery model. They know that, or else they will only change the recovery model to bulk log recovery model if they have permissions. So they will, before inserting bulk operations, they will change the recovery model to bulk log recovery model so that only basic details will be stored. So when the basic details are stored, what will happen, guys? So it will, if normal details, like if normal transactions you are inserting, so it will work like same full recovery model. But when you are giving bulk log recovery model, when you are giving bulk command, so if the database is in bulk log recovery model, only basic details will be stored, like the object ID, the batch ID, as it is coming in the batches and all, the batch ID of the transaction. So a few details will be stored when the database is in full recovery, bulk log recovery model, guys. When the database is in bulk log recovery model, few details will be stored. And here I want to add one more point, the full recovery model. The full recovery model, okay. Log file won't be truncated automatically. Log file won't be truncated automatically, guys. Okay, so in the full recovery model. So whereas in the bulk log recovery model, guys, listen carefully. Even though the database is in full bulk log recovery model, even though the database is in bulk log recovery model, if you are giving normal transactions, it will work same as dash.
Full recover.
Full recovery model only. Full recovery model only. Even though it was changed to bulk log recovery model, if no bulk operations are there, normal operations you are giving, then it will work same as full recovery model. So if it is working same as full recovery model, means all the backups are possible or not?
Yes,
Yes.
possible.
Okay. So all the backups, including log backups, are possible. Okay. All the backups are possible for normal transactions. So when all the backups are possible, means point in time recovery is possible or not?
Yes, possible.
Right? So in the bulk log recovery model, point in time recovery is possible. Okay. Point in time recovery is possible. Okay. In the bulk logged recovery model. Now, when this is if
When there is a
normal
normal transactions.
transaction. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if you are inserting bulk operations, all the bulk operations are minimally logged. So tell me, guys, if it is minimally logged, okay, so you cannot take the log backup. So we can't take the log backups, okay, backups when we are inserting bulk operations, okay. So if we can't take the log backups, point in time recovery is possible, guys?
No, it's not
No,
possible.
okay, point in time recovery is not possible, okay, possible if we are inserting bulk operations. So the answer for this question, pakka interview question, as it is little confusing point, so they will definitely ask you. Now tell me the simple question I'll ask, whether point in time recovery is possible or not possible in the bulk log recovery model. What is the answer? Point
So
in
when the
time.
transactions are not in bulk, then we the point in time recovery is possible. Is that
Yes.
bulk operations are done, then the point in time
Very
recovery is
good.
not possible.
So the answer for the in full recovery model, point in time recovery is fully possible. That's why I used a word called fully possible. Whereas in the bulk log recovery model, the answer is yes and no also. If they are asking whether point in time recovery is possible or not possible in the bulk log recovery model, the answer is yes when if no bulk operations are there. Point in time recovery is possible. The answer is no when if any bulk operations are there. Point in time recovery is not possible. Why not possible? If bulk insert operations are there, okay, what will happen? We cannot take the log backup as it will store only minimal details. So as we cannot take the log backup, point in time recovery is not possible. All the backups should be there, especially full differential log backups. These three backups should be there. Then only we can, okay, use the point in time recovery, make use of the point in time recovery. Otherwise, it is not possible. So the answer, guys, tell me, point in time recovery is possible or not possible in the bulk log recovery model? Tell me, guys. I need answer from everyone.
Yes, and
Yes, for normal transaction, no for bulk.
Very good. Okay, so
Operation.
yes, okay, so that is all about your bulk recovery model.
But
Generally,
while taking log backup, will it throw any error, Shanmugh, for bulk recovery model?
depends
When
depends
we
on
try
the
to take the
transaction.
backup,
It
log
will
backup.
not throw error. It will not throw error. Just depends on the transactions. If you are giving bulk insert operations and all, those are not part of the log backups. So that will create a issue. Okay, it won't throw any error.
Okay.
And for that to test it again, you have to use some bulk insert operations and all. This is how on the production real-time data where continuously data is coming, there you can see in the non-prod and all. But generally now while testing, you cannot see anything. Okay, this is the concept of the particular, what I can say, the behavior of the log file. Right. So now let's come to simple recovery model. Now I'll try to, okay, unlock. In the full recovery model, the point in time recovery is dash possible.
Fully.
Not
Huh?
possible.
Not possible.
Not possible.
Not
Full
possible.
time backup is point of time for recovery
Yes,
is
it is
possible.
possible.
Fully possible. Dash in the sense fully possible. In the bulk logged recovery model, point in time recovery,
Partially.
yes,
It
partially
is
it is
possible if
possible.
transaction is
And in
normal.
the simple
If
recovery model, now you can guess it.
We can't.
Point in time recovery is possible or not possible?
no,
Not at all possible. Not at all. Fully
because
possible, partially possible, not at all possible. Clear now? Is it clear, guys? So simple recovery model, it will also work same as full recovery model. What Shanmukh, you are saying everything is same as full recovery model. Then what is the difference? Okay, you should know the that particular point. Normal functionality wise, it will also same as full recovery model only. Okay, but of course there is a condition, right? But the log file will be truncated automatically. Okay, in the simple recovery model, log file will be truncated automatically. When it will be truncated
Shamukh,
automatically? Yes, sorry.
actually I'm not understand the. You have also mentioned this. The log file will want to be truncated automatically in the full backup, full recovery model. Sorry.
Yes, yes.
So I am not understand.
See, here it's the concept, whatever we discussed, that is same. So committed means whatever committed things are there, that will be truncated. Uncommitted things won't be truncated in the full recovery model. Whereas in the simple recovery model, everything will be truncated.
Okay.
So when everything is truncated, nothing will be there in the log file. When it will be truncated, guys, interview question. When the log file will be truncated in the simple recovery model, every 1 minute, the log file will be truncated, guys. Will be truncated. Every 1 minute, the log file means every 1 minute, that is called recovery interval option. That is called recovery interval. So for every 1 minute, nothing will be there in the log file, will be wiped out completely. So when it is completely wiping out for every 1 minute, what will be there in the log file? Nothing. If nothing is there, how can you take the log backups? Can we take the log backups in the log in the particular simple recovery model? The answer is not at all possible. Why it is not possible? The log file will be truncated automatically. If it is truncated automatically, if it is deleting all the contents in the log file for every 1 minute, nothing will be there in the log file. So you cannot take the log backups. When you cannot take the log backups, point in time recovery is possible, guys?
No.
Not
No.
at all possible. So the first case, fully recovery model, point in time recovery is fully possible. Second case, partially possible. Okay. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. When there are no operations, yes. When there are bulk operations, no. And in the simple recovery model, not at all possible. Point in time recovery is not at all possible. Okay. So the log file will be truncated automatically. Every 1 minute, the log file will be truncated. So we can't take the log backups. When we can't take the log backups, we can't achieve the point in time recovery, guys. So this is not recommended for production. Shanmugh, data loss will be there, right? Yes. As data loss will be there. Now you know, right, how the data loss is there in this recovery model. So it's not. Now B, what you will recommend? To use this recovery model on the production.
Yeah.
Yes, B.
Yes.
So what you will recommend to your
I get it.
organization?
I'll recommend full, but from it wouldn't. It's not. They're not gonna abide to it. It's a complicated environment. It's open. It's for the
Okay, you
public.
said
So
is
yeah.
yeah, you said Azure, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, yeah. Okay. So that is all about your recovery models, guys. So generally we don't keep simple recovery model on the production databases. We'll keep full recovery model only on the production. On the non-production, to save the storage, we'll change it to simple recovery. And the non-production is like light environment. Okay. So it's not so critical or important environment. So in the non-production, okay, most of the databases you can see simple recovery model in the lower environment. And the production, okay, you can see most of the databases will be on full recovery model, guys. Most of the databases, 99%. So on the in the fully recovery model, in the full recovery model, okay, there will be no data loss. And whereas in the non-prod, and in the simple recovery model, there is a chance of data loss as the log file will be truncated automatically. So because of that, generally it is not recommended to use this recovery model on the production servers, guys. We have one more recovery model also, but that you cannot see, okay? You cannot see in the SQL server. What is that recovery model, guys? Pseudo simple recovery model. What is this pseudo simple recovery model? Okay. Whenever you change the recovery model, generally whenever you enable some settings, it needs sometimes some settings needs restart, right, to apply the settings. Correct? So whenever you change the recovery model, we have to take the full backup. Then only new recovery model will be applied. No need to change, no need to restart the SQL server, guys. Okay, just you have to take a full backup. When you take a full backup, the new recovery model will be detected and it will be changed, guys. Is it clear? Is this point clear, everyone? Whenever you change the recovery model, what you have to do? What you have to do,
We
guys?
need to take the backup.
We have to take
Take a full backup.
Right? We have to take a full backup. We have to take a full backup. Then only it will be applied. Okay, the new recovery model will be applied. So now here, for example, now the time is 7:56. Okay, when now if you go to server time, it will be US time. Okay, 6:26. Now the server time is 6:26 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so now imagine you changed the recovery model now for Amazon. Go to properties and you change the recovery model from full to bulk logged. Anything, any to any. Okay, full to bulk logged or full to simple or simple to full or simple to bulk logged, any to any. So I changed the recovery model from full to bulk logged. Click OK. So now I changed the recovery model at 627. Imagine at 627 server time, I changed the recovery model. Like I'm discussing, and later after, whenever you change the recovery model, what I have to do now? What I have to do immediately?
Take the full
Take a
back.
full
I have to
backup.
take the
Full
full backup. Now after 30 minutes, I forgot about it. I was into another work, and then after 30 minutes, I remembered, okay, I didn't change it. I didn't took the full backup, right? So let's take the full backup. At 7 o'clock of the server time, I took the full backup on the database. The 627 to 7 o'clock, what is the state of the database? You changed the recovery model, but you didn't took the full backup. You changed the recovery model at 627 and you took the full backup at 7 o'clock. This 33 minutes, what will be the state of the database, guys? In which model it will be?
Recovery
Bulk
pending.
log.
No, not recovery pending. Database and all, it will be accessible, not an issue. So when you change the recovery model, you have to take full backup. If you don't take the full backup, until you took the full backup, the database will be in pseudo simple recovery model. Pseudo means what? Imagination, right? Correct? So until you took the full backup, it will be in pseudo simple recovery. It's just one change that you cannot see in the SSMS. Shanmugh, can you show me how it will be? No, that is the change. Logically, it will write it down somewhere. Okay, yes, my recovery model is changed, but no one took the full backup. Until you took the full backup, even though it's a day or 1 week, until you took the full backup, it will be in pseudo simple recovery model. Means what it is? Means now you change it from full to bulk log, right? But you didn't took the full backup. Until you took the full backup, it will show you bulk logged recovery model only. But how it will behave? How it will behave, guys? How it will behave?
Like
It will
full.
behave like a
Like
full
full.
recovery model. But it will show you bulk logged recovery model. Are you getting the point? This state is called pseudo simple recovery model. Even though you changed the recovery model, until you took the full backup, it will be in pseudo simple recovery state. In this state, even though the recovery model is changed, but it will still behaves like it's in old recovery model until you took the full backup. That phenomena is called
Pseudo.
Pseudo simple recovery
pseudo,
model.
P silent, okay? P pseudo nice, pseudo simple recovery model. Okay, clear, guys? So
Yeah.
when you change the
Yeah.
recovery model, you have to take the full backup. Until you took the full backup, it will behave like it is an old recovery model only. Even though it was changed, it will behave like an old recovery model only. Right? This is how it will work, guys. That is called pseudo simple recovery model. Sometimes, generally, people don't know this. Okay, maybe if any expert is there, sometimes they might ask you what is pseudo simple recovery model. You cannot see in the management studio also. You cannot see with the naked eyes. So that is the behavior. Okay, so SQL Server will be marked like that. So that is how the mechanism will work for the pseudo simple recovery model. Anything to anything. You change it from full to simple. Until you took the full backup, it will behave like a full recovery model only. You change it from simple to full. You change it from simple to full. Until you took the full backup, it will behave like a simple recovery model. The last state is simple, right? So it will behave like a simple recovery model. So that is how it will work, guys, in the pseudo simple recovery model. So now I'll give you one more.
Sorry, Shamukh.
Kadir, yeah, tell me,
Question.
please. Yeah, please.
Instead of full, can we take the copy only so we not break the chain of our strategy backup?
Kadir. See, it's not full backup. It is recovery model. Like you are confusing between backups and recovery models. It is full recovery model. Full backup is different. Full recovery model is different. Full recovery model is nothing but it is the behavior. Full backup is nothing but it is one type of backup that you can take on the database. Full backup is not equal to full recovery model, guys. Recovery, how you are recovering the database, that is completely different. Okay, full backup is not equal to full recovery model. This is the state of the database, whereas this is the type of the backup, Kadir.
Right. Yeah, my question is, can we take a full? Can we take copy only instead of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That is
okay.
Yeah, Arishankar, please.
Actually, Shamukh, I have one scenario, so I want to know about that. So let's suppose our SQL Server is in full recovery model. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So someone,
Not SQL Server,
someone
database, specific database.
sorry, database. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Database. Yes.
Okay.
So someone sent a request for bulk inserting. Okay. So we are going to change the that he told that please change the recovery model. We are doing some bulk insert.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
have to change the recovery model as a bulk insert. So
Yeah.
then, because we did not take the full backup, so if they will insert the bulk transaction at a time, so the log file will not be truncated, so it will be hanged or other state.
So until you took so you changed the recovery model, but you didn't take the full backup. So what is the state of the
Yes.
transactions now?
What is the state of the database? Because if someone someone insert the bulk insert, so the database you told that the database will be suspended or suspended or restore states.
No. The
If I
database will
will,
not be. See, when the database will be suspended or restoring state, if there is no free space in the particular drive, the
Log-
particular data file or with the log file, where in which drive the log file is there, the log file it will be like completely drastically, it will grow. So as it will consume the free space, so it will go to restoring state.
yes. So we have to take first full backup, then we send the reply that now you can insert the bulk.
Correct. You have to take the full backup. You have to take, once you change the recovery model, you have to take the full backup. And Kadir, you asked the same, right? Whether we can, instead of full, you can go for a copy only full, right? No, the answer
Right.
is, yeah, I got your point now. No. So in that
Yeah.
scenario, even though you are taking middle of the strategy, even though you are taking a full backup, this is important that it will allow only full backups. Copy only also you can take, but it will not apply completely. So you have to take full backup only. After changing the
Okay. Thank
recovery
you.
model, it will not replace. Okay, so you have to take full backup only. I got your question now, Kadir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right. So that is how it will work, guys. Fine.
Shamok,
Yes.
the last question that I don't know what's his name. I forgot his name. The last question he asks, from what I understood, he's asking if a request comes in, right? If a request comes in to change your that you want to insert bulk insert, right? And you change it, does it take effect? Does it take effect immediately? Because I know the backup is different from the recovery model, right?
It will not affect.
So if
it will
not affect, right? Okay, that's what I thought.
It
Okay.
will not affect. It will not affect. This is the behavior. No, it will not affect. No issues at all.
Okay. All right. So you don't need to take do you need to take the backup?
Full backup
before
you have to
asking
take
them to
when
do.
you change. See, full backup you have
You're
to
taking a
take
backup for the recovery model.
Yes. See, we have to take, when you change, only thing, just keep in mind that when you change the recovery model, always take the full backup. Always, any recovery model to any recovery model, you have to take the full backup. That is mandatory. There is no change in that.
Yes.
Okay. But when you change the
But
recovery
if he's
model,
asking for
yes, please.
If he's asking for bulk insert, that has nothing to do with recovery model, does it?
If he's asking to
Because
change
the
bulk
client
recovery model, you have to change it. If he is asking us to change the recovery model, you have to change it. If you don't change it, what will happen? The log file will be the growth of the log file will be very fast. So you cannot control the log file. That is the main challenge. If you don't change it.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Nothing will happen, guys. If you don't change it, nothing will happen. The growth of the T-log is very fast. So if you have enough free space, if you have 1 TB, 2 TB, nothing will happen. If you don't have enough free space, like less free space is there, then it will impact. Generally, if you have enough free space in the drive, nothing will happen. But you should know the mechanism, right? For that purpose, I am explaining. If you have adequate free space in the drive, no issues at all. Even though you can do bulk inserts, but growth will be faster. The log file growth will be like fast. It will consume lot of things. Once it is completely committed, again it will reuse the log file as it will be truncated. So it will reuse the log file. So that is not at all an issue. So when there is less free space and it will create a problem. At that time you cannot understand sometimes why it is creating, sometimes why it is not creating. So for that purpose we discussed all these things, recovery models. Okay, so here we have to remember one thing, that sometimes we'll get a request from the users to change the recovery model. So why we have to change the recovery model? If you don't know, it will be a trouble, right? And interview also, this is pakka interview question. Generally, you don't get the request to change it on a regular basis. Very rarely they will ask us to change the recovery model. Until then, no need to touch it. Only this is just an interview question. And what they will ask, how many recovery models are there? Yes, 3. What are those? Full, bulk logged, simple recovery model. Tell me, explain about full differential, full bulk logged and simple recovery model. And the other question, point in time recovery, whether it is possible on full recovery model or not, whether log backups are possible in the full recovery model or not, and the differential, come on, and in the bulk logged recovery model, it is possible, point in time recovery is possible or not, in the simple recovery model, point in time recovery is possible or not. That questions only they will ask just for the interview purpose. Generally, we don't use it. If anyone is asking us to change the recovery model, we'll change the recovery model and we'll take the full backup and we'll leave it. That's it. We'll update the users stating that recovery model is changed successfully. That's it. Okay, don't take it serious, just for the
Thank you,
interview
Shama.
purpose. Yeah. Fine. So now let's go back to
Shinmuk,
the.
I have one question regarding log.
Yes, tell me.
Hello?
Yeah, tell me.
Shinmuk, one question regarding log file. Let's
Tell
say
me.
actually someone is trying to access the application, okay? So the initial transaction will be written in the log file, right? Initially.
Yes, okay.
When we access the site, okay? So first it will go to log file, okay?
Correct.
So after a few seconds or few minutes, due to some DB issue, the user gets timeout, some error, okay?
Okay.
In that case, the transaction which is written in the log file will be truncated or
Then the database is in full recovery
what
model.
happens in this case?
Is it a bulk insert operation or normal operation?
No, full recovery model only.
In the full recovery model, okay. In the full
Normal
recovery,
operation, normal transaction.
okay, in the full recovery
Yeah.
model, what happened now?
User is trying to access site, okay? The transaction will be written in the log file, right?
Okay.
So after that, after some time, user gets timeout, some error, okay? In that case, what happens to the transaction written in the log file? That will get truncated or?
No, it will not be truncated. It will not be truncated. It will not be truncated.
How long it will stay in the log file?
Until you took the log backup, it will stay in the log file only. Until you took the log backup. Until you took that's why I said in the full recovery model, it won't be truncated automatically. When you take the log backup, it will be truncated. Log backup means it is safe, right? So it will be truncated. So until you took the log backup, if it is committed, again, the star mark is if it is committed, it will be truncated. If it is not committed, then it won't be truncated.
Committed means successful, right?
Committed means writing it to the data file. Committed means not successful. So writing to the log file is also a
So that's what my question.
To the data file. That is called commit.
No, that's what my question. If it is not able to write, okay, in the data file.
If
So
it is
how
not
long
able
the
to
data will be
write,
stored in the log file, actually?
Lifetime it will store until you restart.
Okay.
It will be stored. Yeah, it will be stored like that.
Okay,
Until
got it.
it is going to be committed, it will be stored. Earlier in the log file architecture, we discussed this point.
Okay.
Kalyani, see, very simple. I said, right? Can you please explain bulk log recovery model will work as a full recovery model? What is it? Very simple. There is no condition. Even though the database is in bulk log recovery model, if you are inserting a normal operations, if you are not using any bulk command in the particular statement, it will be like a normal statement only. If it is a normal statement, I said, right, everything will work as a full recovery model. But the condition is, if bulk operations are there, it will be minimally logged. If the normal operations are there, it will be fully logged. So if it is fully logged, it is full recovery model only, right? So that's why it will work same as full recovery model, Kalyani. Clear?
So we have to specify that command, right?
Yeah, you have to give the command bulk. Bulk insert means bulk will be there in that command. If you found bulk, it will be minimally logged. If there is no bulk in the command statement, it will be fully logged. If it is fully logged, it will again behave like a full recovery model only.
Okay, got it.
So you cannot see anything like that, but that is the behavior. Okay, you cannot see. When you use bulk, it will be minimally logged. If you don't use bulk, it will be fully logged. If it is fully logged, it will behave like a full recovery model.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Chalo, so we are taking
Shanmugh, one question.
Yes, Swati, please.
Actually, I was having a doubt with this bulk
Yeah, please, no
log
problem.
recovery.
Yeah.
Yes. So, like as you said that in bulk log recovery model, there is like the point in time recovery is like partially possible. But like if we are supposed to take the backup when there's a bulk,
Which
the
backup you
database
want to
is
take? Which backup you want to take, Swati?
the database.
Database. See, Swati, come on. Backup database means what? Which backup? We have 10 types of backups.
Yeah, but if you want to recover the
What
model,
backup? That's okay. Which backup you want? The full backup you
sorry,
want?
the
The
question
differentially.
only went wrong. The
Yeah.
recovery model I was asking about. Is there any way to like have that
I'm still not
point
getting.
in time recovery possible?
I'm still not getting your question, Swati.
I'll type my question.
Okay, done. You just type your question in the chat. Chalo guys, so we are spending our whole 1 hour here itself. Okay, so let's go back to this pseudo simple recovery model. So when you change the recovery model from any to any in the sense, guys, we have to understand full to bulk logged, full to simple, simple to bulk logged, simple to full, bulk logged to full, bulk logged to simple, or 6 conditions. Any to any, you have to take the full backup immediately. Otherwise, it will behave like it's in old recovery model. Old recovery model database only. This state is called pseudo simple recovery model. Okay, this state is called pseudo simple recovery model, guys. Okay, fine. So now let's go back to this. Let's go to the discussion on restores. So restoring a database, how to restore a database. Till now we just took the backup, right? So you have to make use of the backup, right? So how we can make use of the backup? When you restore the database, then only you can make use of the backups. So let's discuss how to restore a database. So backups, we have different types, okay? But restore is always like the same process, okay? Same type, we have only one type. If you are restoring a full backup, that is full restore. If you are restoring a differential backup, that is a differential restore. If you are restoring a log backup, that is a log backup, log restore. So what I mean to say is we don't have different types in the restores. Backups, we have different types. But whereas in the restores, we don't have different types. If you are restoring a full backup, full restore. If you are restoring a differential backup, that is a differential. There is no concept of differential restore, but actually which backup you are restoring. That's it. There is no types of restores here. So if you are restoring a full kind of a full restore, differential restore, simple, there is no simple restore also. So there is no different types of restores, guys. Okay. So let's discuss how to restore a database now. I'll show you the demo first. So now what I'll do, I'll take the full backup, differential backup, fresh full backup, fresh differential backup, and fresh log backup. I'll show you how to restore in the same server, how to restore in the other server, okay? And how to restore with the same name, how to restore with other name, okay? So all these things will be discussed in the restorations, guys. Now let me take a fresh backups on this. I'll use the command. So we have that command, right? Backup database name. I'll take this command. Control C, Control V. Okay. And Control V, Control V. Backup database name to disk is equal to Amazon full backup. Okay. This is full backup command, guys. And I'll change the date. To 2nd February, right? 1st February, right? 01 01 02 2025 01/02/2025 .bak. Okay, this is full backup command. Backup database name to disk is equal to Amazon differential backup. This backup, okay, same. Control C, Control V. So this is differential. What is the command? Command, guys?
With differential. With a differential.
Very good. Okay, with the differential. Now this is the log backup. Backup log database name to disk is equal to Amazon log backup same. Here let me check whether already copied. Control V. Okay. .trn. Even though you give .bak, nothing will happen, guys. Okay, extensions are just naam ke vaste, just for the namesake. So extensions are not mandatory. So full backup query, backup database to disk is equal to full backup.bak and differential backup, okay fine, and log backup, okay fine. So now let's execute this. Alt X, done. Alt X, done. Alt X, done. Okay, I took all three backups, guys. Now let's try to restore in the same server. Later I'll show you how to restore in the different server. Right click, restore database. This time you have to choose from device. Choose the device, browse it, add it, and now you can see 01. Okay, so this is log backup. You can see the name. Because of that only you have to clearly mention the name of the backup in the particular file name. So it is easy now. Which one is full, which one is differential, on what date I can easily check here. No need to go to the physical location, I cannot see again. So that's why the standards, instead of giving your name or some other name, if you include database name, if you include type of backup, if you include date and timestamp, it is easy to remember, it is easy to recover, guys. Okay, so now let me go and check. Always see, for every database, full backup is mandatory. Without full backup, I cannot take any backups. Remember this point. Clear, guys? Shanmukh, I created a new database. Can I take direct differential backup? Anyone tried, guys, this one? Anyone tried this? Just create a new database. Try to take differential backup first. It won't allow you. Or try to take the log backup. It won't allow you. The mother of backups is your full backup. First, you have to take full backup only. Then only it will allow you to take any type of backups on that database. In the same way, while restoring also, first you have to restore full backup only. Okay. So this is the full backup. See, Amazon full backup 01/02/2025. Double click on it. See, now you want to see whether this file is a backup set or media set. Backup set means a single backup file. Media set means collection of what?
Backup file.
Backup sets. Collection of backup sets is called media set. Okay, collection of backup sets is called media set, guys. If you want to see whether this is a backup set or media set, generally people, they will not use, and that too will use automation. Automation always create a new backup file with a date and timestamp. So here, nothing to worry. This should be completely backup set only, but you want to still see. Select the file, click on contents. If there is only one position is there, that is called backup, single backup set. There is no other backups are appended here. If it is appended, morning, whether you remember, morning, I just shown you that two sets are there, position 1, position 2. So if multiple are there, multiple sets you can see here, multiple entries, multiple, okay, first position, second, third, like that you can see some entries. As you can see, only one position, so this is backup set only. It's not a media set. In this way, you can check it, guys. Sometimes the entries, they will ask you how to check whether it is a backup set or media set. Restore the don't restore, no need to restore. Simply choose the restore option, select the backup file, click on a content option. It will show you. Otherwise, you can see, you can use custom scripts also. But it is difficult to get the custom script, right? So that's why easily means GUI, you can verify like this. Click OK now. Now, as you selected a backup file, it detected what type of database it is, what database it is, what is the name of the database, okay, and the particular, what is the type of the backup, from which server, and database position, the lesson numbers and all, and you can see some start date, and date when you took it, when see how much time it took, start date, finish date, size of the backup, everything you can see here, who took the backup, everything you can see here. So make sure this restore button is selected. If you don't select the restore button, it cannot restore, right? Now what you can do, go to this file space. Now, see, I told you, right? For Amazon database, we have multiple data files. Amazon main data file MDF, Amazon file 2 F2, Amazon F3, and log file. 4 files you can see now. Right? Remember, guys. Now listen carefully. This is very important page in the restore section. Now see, original file name and restore as. This is the original file name. And this is how it will be like restore as. You can see here. Both are same or not. Both are same or not.
No.
Both are same, right?
Same.
Right. For all the
Yes.
paths, both are same. Right? Now, what is exactly restore means, guys? If already database is existed in the same server, see here in this server already Amazon is existed, right? And the files also created in this location. So now can I restore the same files in the same location with the same name? If yes, what is the condition?
Yes, you can restore, but you have to, if you specify that override,
Very
you
good.
override the existing
Very
one.
good. Very good, B. Super. I can do that. See, when I'm writing a file or when I'm saving a file, if the file is already existed, okay, when I'm again saving with the same name, it will tell you whether you want me to replace or overwrite. Okay, so you will choose overwrite. Here also, the files are already existed in this location. This is where even senior DBS also, okay, experienced DBS also will do the mistake. As files are already existed in the same path, either you can change the different location with a different database name, or else you can simply choose overwrite. In the next screen and the options screen, I'll show you overwrite option. Now is it clear, guys? If the data, when we have to overwrite, if the database is existed in the same server with the same name, then you have to overwrite the database. Okay. Now I'll show you with overwrite. Next time I'll try to restore with a different name. Now go to options page. This is very important phase. See here, if you want to overwrite, you can choose this option, overwrite the existing database. Forget about these two. Okay. You can even restrict it. Forget about this option. You can even restrict the users to not to access. Okay. With restricted user and all. So even though the database is restored, users cannot access. Now let's come back to this recovery state. Uncheck this tail log backup. Okay. It will be selected by default. Now let's discuss about this recovery state. Okay. So what I will do, I'll give you a break, come back after 15 minutes. So this is a little concept that it will take time. Okay, that we have to discuss what is recovery state, how many recovery states are there, what is the use of each recovery state, when we have to choose with recovery, with no recovery, with standby. That will be discussed slowly. Okay, so take a break, come back after 15 minutes and we'll cover the other things, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Simon.
Okay. Chalo. Let's continue. Fine. Okay. Now let's go back to this recovery state. So what is meant by recovery state? How many recovery states are? Recovery model is different. Recovery state is different. Okay. Okay. There are 3 recovery states in the SQL server. Same like a recovery model, but not same like just models. One is with recovery, with no recovery, with standby. So when to choose with recovery, when to choose with no recovery, when to choose with standby, guys. Let's go to with recovery first. There are no other backups to restore, and that is the final backup to restore. Then always choose with recovery. When you choose with recovery, the database will come to online state and accessible. But you can't restore the other backups. Listen carefully. If you have only one backup to restore, that is the final backup, no other backups are there other than this, then always you have to use with recovery, guys. Guys, how many backups we have now? You tell me how many backups we took now for Amazon database. How many?
3.
3, right? Full, differential, log backups I took, right? So if you are restoring a full backup, what you have to choose? With recovery option, with no recovery option, with standby option. There are 3 options, 3 recovery states. When you choose with
With no
recovery,
recovery.
when you choose with recovery, what will happen? So Shanmukh, I'll restore full backup with recovery. Let's go back to the definition. When you choose with recovery, the database will come to online. Once the database is online, it won't allow to restore the other backups. Are you getting the point, guys? With recovery means, hey boss, done. Recovery process is completed. Now chalo, come back to online. Once the database is online, you cannot restore the other backups. Why? Because recovery is completed. If recovery is pending, then only you can restore the simultaneous backups. Once you use it with recovery, the recovery will be finished. Means you are saying that you are fully recovered. Once it is recovered, it don't allow you to restore the other backups. So when you have to use this recovery with recovery model, with not recovery model, with recovery, when there are no simultaneous backups, when there are no successive backups, that is the only final backup to restore. Then choose, always you have to choose which option? Which
With
option?
recovery.
With recovery. When there are no other backups to restore, when there are no successive backups to restore, then always you have to choose with recovery. When you choose with recovery, database will come to online and accessible. Is it clear, guys? Are we good now? Questions?
No.
With no recovery. Okay, very good. Okay. When there are, same reverse, when there are other backups to restore, okay, then always choose with no recovery. Means even though you are restoring the backup, you are stating, bro, it's not yet completed. Wait. There are other backups also to restore. Okay, so please wait until then. You should be in the restoring state only. You should be in the restoring state. So other backups I can restore. Restoring state, continuous. So as you are mentioning with no recovery, it will be in restoring state and waiting for the other backups also. So when the database is in restoring state, okay, when you use with no recovery, the DB will be in which state? Restoring state.
Restoring state.
So if it is in restoring state, it will accept the other backups to restore or not?
Yes.
Accept.
Other
Yes.
backups also. But DB is not accessible. In the first case with recovery, you cannot restore other backups, but DB is accessible. In the with no recovery state, you can restore other backups, but DB is not accessible. Clear, guys? Because you are saying to the database, bro, just wait. There are other backups also to restore. So if you completed your recovery process, then I cannot restore. So with no recovery, don't recover until I am going to fully restore all the backups. Until then, don't recover. No recovery. So what it will understand? Okay, chalo, I have to be in restoring state so that I am expecting other backups to restore. User is trying to restore with other backups, so it will be in restoring state, guys. Clear? With recovery, other backups can't restore. DB is accessible. With no recovery, we can restore other backups, simultaneous backups, successive backups, and database is not accessible. It will be in restoring state. I'll show you. And final model is your standby state. Both collection of with recovery and with no recovery is your standby, guys. Collection of combination of, not collection, combination of with recovery and with no recovery is called standby state. Now tell me, in the standby state, can I access the database or not? I need answers from everyone, guys. Tell me. Try it at least, please, please, please.
It is in read mode, right? We can only read, but we can't
Hmm. What
insert
about
of it.
others?
We can't change.
What about others? Can we read the
Database.
data from the database if it is in standby state? I told you, you can see the answer on the screen also. A combination of both with recovery and both with no recovery. At least why don't you open your mouth? 2.5 hours I'm continuously talking, right? At least 2 hours 15 minutes I'm talking continuously. For 2 seconds can't you open your mouth?
We can access but read only.
If you don't
Because
answer, I
there is
don't understand whether you're able to understand the things or not. If you at least give some, okay, sign off kind of thing, okay, chalo, these people are able to understand. At least you are responding. I told you in the beginning of my sessions, should be interactive, should be interactive. If you're not opening your mouth, there is no meaning of interaction. And even I told you why you have to open your mouth. You have to talk in the meetings daily in the office. If you are habituated in this 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, the group of 20 people, if you are talking, then you will lose your shy fear and all. You can happily talk in the meetings, stand up meetings and all. I'm not asking you to talk for my purpose, okay? That is your to build your confidence only. I'm saying. Chalo, leave it. Okay, so now standby means combination of both. Means I can restore the backups. I can read the data also. With recovery, I cannot restore the backups. Database is accessible. With no recovery, I can restore the backups. Database is not accessible. With standby, I can restore the backups. Database is also readable. Okay, but it will allow, but it will no recovery. Combination of both with recovery and with no recovery is called standby state. Here we can restore the successive backups and we can even read the data from the database. So read means only read operations, not write operations. Read only state, standby and read only. Only read operations is your standby state, guys. Okay. So now let's go back to the server and now tell me I have 3 backups. Now tell me, type your answers in the chat. I'll wait for everyone. Type your answers in the chat, direct message to me. I have 3 backups. As you know that first always we have to restore which backup? First always we have to restore which backup? Which backup I have to restore? Which backup? Which backup I am asking?
Backup.
We have 3 backups. Which backup we have to restore first? Full backup.
Full backup.
Oh, full backup. Now type your answers in the chat. I have full backup, differential backup, log backup. First, I have to restore. I have to start from the full backup. Full backup, which option I have to use with recovery, with no recovery? Right or wrong, you just type it. No issues. I need interaction. That's it. So full backup, I have to restore with recovery or with no recovery. Forget about standby. Forget about standby. Okay. Full backup, I have to restore with recovery or with no recovery. If you want, I can open the notes. You can see the notes also. Guys, I need an interaction, guys. Please, right or wrong, you just tell me. Hmm. Okay, fine. Any other answers, guys? Right, okay, fine. Gopinath, full backup with no recovery. Sampath, full backup with no recovery. And Likita, full with recovery. If need to take full backup only. What it means, Likita? What is the meaning of that? I didn't get it.
Means only we need to take full backup means we need to take with recovery only. If differential we need to take later on, we need to take with no recovery.
Oh, okay, okay. I got you. I got you. That's what we have three backups, right? The answer should be, you should know that. We have three backups to restore. So you can guess it as we have successive backups. So you know that, okay, what will happen.
Okay, within three backups you are talking
Yes, yes. So
about.
only these three backups in this scenario I'm talking.
Okay.
So B, you changed your answer. Earlier I saw that one you mentioned with recovery. Now you change it with no recovery.
No, 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 no. It was a typo, please.
Okay, okay. It was a typo. Oh. With Kalyan with recovery. Shivam Dikshit, no recovery. Sanjeev Das, no recovery. Sheikh, no recovery. Mauni, no recovery. Okay, full backup with no recovery because we have other backups. Very good, Kadir. Sheikh, sorry, Sharath restore with no recovery. Good. Swati with no recovery. And Venkatesh, no recovery. Good. Tabassum, you said the answer for all the backups. Hari with no recovery. Saurabh with no recovery. Sharath with recovery. Radha, no recovery. Kalyan, no recovery. Okay, fine. Good, guys. Becky with no recovery. Okay, once I started reading the answer, Rebecca, you cannot type the answer. Fine, right. So, very good, guys. I'm happy. Okay, so most of you said correct answer except one or two. Okay, so Sharath, tell me why with recovery? As we have three backups to restore, and if you restore first full backup with recovery, can I restore the other two backups, differential and log backups?
Actually, it was a typo.
Oh, it
Actually, it
is
was
also a typo for
a
you.
typo, and again I have written with yes,
Okay.
yes. Actually, I have to written with no. I
Okay,
forgot
fine.
to write no.
If
Right
it
now.
is typo,
That's it.
then not an issue.
You can check the answer.
Good, guys. Good, good. Okay, so the answer is with no recovery because we have the other backups. After this full backup, I have to restore the differential backup. I have to restore the log backup also. As I have simultaneous backups, successive backups to restore, so I should use the first backup with a recovery only. If only one full backup is there, there are no other backups, then use with recovery. Or else, Shanmukh, I'll tell you a shortcut. I cannot, in case if you are feeling difficulty, if you are very good, then that's fine. Now, let's go to this and choose with no recovery. And what I will do one thing. I'll change the database name. Okay. The destination database, I'll try to first restore with a different name, then I'll overwrite the next time, second time I'll overwrite. I'll show you the overwrite option. So I'm going to restore with a different name underscore. What is the day today? Saturday. Sat. Okay. And go to file space. Here you have to be careful because see, now both files are not same. This is amazon.mdf. This is amazon underscore sat dot. Let me double click on this. Yeah. Amazon.mdf. This is amazon underscore sat.mdf. So in this location, there is no such file. So no issues now. Amazon underscore F3, Amazon underscore sat underscore F3. The file name, the destination name should be different. If it is not different, you have to change it, guys, here. Sometimes, even though you give the different name, okay, the file names will not be different here. It is not going to be changed here. So that's why what you have to do in case if you are restoring with a different name, in the restore as section under file space, restore as section, make sure the new database name is reflecting. If it is not reflecting, what you have to do? What you have to do, guys? You have to
have to manually change it.
have to edit it. You have to change it as per the new database name. Okay, remember this point. Right, so now all four files are changed. Fine, I'll tell you when this option we will use. Okay, don't worry. Options, and then restore with no recovery, so that I have my other backups to restore, and click OK now. And you can see the percentage, how much percentage of backup restore is completed here, how much percentage of backup is completed here. You can see in this place, I mean when you are taking backup, the percentage you can see in this place, restore percentage you can see at this place. Okay, you can see here the state. So 100% successful, database Amazon underscore sat restored successfully. Okay, now you go and check the SSMS. You can see that. See, it is in restoring state. You can refresh it. It will show you restoring only. Can I access the restoring database? No.
No.
If you am trying to access, if you click on plus symbol, I'll get the error. Why? Because it is in the middle of the restore. Bro, don't open. I am not yet ready for you, bro. Okay, so it is saying I am expecting some other backups. You cannot read it me right away. Okay, so once I am restored, once I am recovered completely, then you are able to access. So that is what it is saying. Okay, if it is in restoring state, you cannot access the database, but you can restore the simultaneous backups. Now right click, tasks, restore database, device, browse. Now the next backup is differential backup. Amazon diff backup, this one. Okay, you can see the date. Lot of Amazon differential backups, right? Shanmukh, how you are identifying which is correct backup? You cannot mix it with this full backup 0102 2025. Can I restore this differential backup 26/1 2025? Is it going to allow?
No.
No, it will never allow. Why? Because I told you, I even gave you an example, service pack and cumulative updates, how they are interrelated. After full backup, the other backups will be a tree. A full backup is a branch, and under that you can see these sub branches. So those differential backups will work only for that full backup only. Okay, so you cannot miss this link. Okay, so for this 0102 full backup, I can restore only 0102 differential backup. I cannot restore whatever differential backup I want. Click OK, click OK. Remaining everything you will get it. No, only for full backup you will change the database name. Okay, for other backups no need to change, automatically you will get it. Files, no need to change anything. Anyhow, it's already created, right? Options, yes. Now tell me, uncheck this tail log backup. Okay, now tell me which option I have to use. I have still
With no
with no recovery. I have
With
a log.
recovery.
With no recovery.
With recovery.
Why there is
With
a
no
recovery?
recovery.
Radha?
Because you have log
With
bucket to
recovery.
restore.
With recovery, yeah.
With recovery.
No recovery.
With recovery.
No recovery.
Okay. As we are having a third backup to restore, whether you forgot that one, okay, we have log backup to
Sorry, yeah,
restore.
yes.
Okay, so that's why we have to choose with no recovery here, and blindly you can click OK, done. See, completed 100%. Database available restored successfully. Click OK. Still, it will be in restoring state only. Why? Because this is expected as we use it with no recovery. Now again, right click, tasks, restore. This time your last backup you are restoring. Check the transaction log. From device, browse, add Amazon tail log. No, this is not the one.
Log backup.
From last to fourth one.
Okay, last to fourth one. Okay, thank you. Amazon log backup 0102 2025.trn. Double click on it. Click OK. Now, what I have to do in this screen? I have to do one thing here. Tell me what I have to do.
Check the box.
Check mark to restore.
Very good. Very good. Okay, I have to select this one. Otherwise, it will not restore. Options. Now tell me which option I have to choose here. This time you cannot see drop down. You can see here recovery state. You can see here 3 radio buttons. Which option I have to choose?
With recovery.
This is
with
the final
recovery.
backup.
We don't have over backups.
Yes, with recovery.
Okay,
With
this is the
recovery.
final backup in this scenario. I can choose, okay, with recovery. Okay, so now you can choose with recovery and you can click OK. That's it, guys. Now when you choose with recovery, what will happen? See, automatically without refreshing itself, you can see the database is accessible now, And if you expand, you can able to expand and you can see the tables and all, whatever tables are created on the Amazon, the same kind of tables you can see here. Everything you got it, okay, including your users, everything. Like if you give access to this, see, Radha, Smith, these are all the users created earlier on the source database. Same users, every object of the database will be created in the restored database, guys. This is how you can restore. Clear? Okay. Now, this time I'll tell you one more thing. I can even restore all the backups at a time also. Restore database, let me show you. Device, browse, add, Amazon full backup, Amazon full 0102. Next, use your control key. Use your control key and select Amazon differential backup. Select it. And use your control key and log backup. Select it. All three backups I'm selecting. And I'm clicking OK now. All three backups I have selected. Or if you are feeling difficulty, select one backup, add it. Once it is added successfully, and again you will get this screen. Again click on add button, and again you can see the screen, and again click on add button. Like that, any n number of backups you can add it here in this section. If you don't want to restore anything, you can just skip it by removing it. Click OK. Now this database I'll restore with a different name, underscore 0102. Now make sure all these three boxes are selected, full differential log. Go to options, sorry, files. Now what we have to check here, guys? What is the important thing we have to check here?
Name restore as.
The path.
Restore as. Okay, restore as is showing the new database name or not. As per the new database name, it is showing the file. This is where experienced DBAs also will do mistakes. Okay, so this is very mandatory, very important. If you don't change it, then it will create a problem. Right, you can see here. Now, this is fine. Option space. Now tell me, yes. Now you have to, don't tell your answers, type your answers. So now we have to use with recovery or with no recovery. Right, okay. I got 16 responses. So let me check that one. So Harishankar with recovery, with recovery, with recovery. Restore with recovery, 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 with recovery. Wow. Good guys, good. As there are no other backups to restore, so the answer is with recovery only. Okay, with recovery. You can choose with recovery. And see, this time I can see 3 times 100% you can see. 3 backups you are restoring, right? Click OK now. Just observe it, how quickly it will be changed. Saw that one? 3 times you can see. Click OK now. See, Amazon 0102 database. In this way, you can restore all the backups at a time. Now, my question is, can I restore all the backups at a time if the files are in different drives? Type your answers in the chat. I want to see who is observing very keenly and who is concentrating. This point we have already discussed. Can I restore all the backups at a time if they are in my data, my full backups are in different drive, differential backups are in different drive, log backups are in different drive. So can I restore all the backups at a time if the backups are in different drives or different path, I can say. Right, okay. Right. So Kitesh, yes, it can be possible, and B, all parts will be added during restore. Very good, B. And Swati, yes, Shivam, yes, Venkatesh, yes, and Sharath, yes, we can add the backups from different locations by using add feature. Good, Sharath. Tabasum, yes, we can. Saurabh, yes, and Likita, yes, we can. Harishankar, yes. Radha, I don't know why you are still in confused state. You said no, and yeah. And Mauni, you cannot type the answer once I started reading. Okay, fine, right. Now, so the answer is yes, very simple, right? Like same, right? Click restore database and okay, go to device, browse and click on add button. This is important screen, full backup. Okay, where is that 0102? Double click on it. And again, if they are in same location, you can select like last time how I did it. If it is in different location, click on add. Go to which drive it is. If it is D drive, go to D drive and choose the backup file. If it is E drive, go to E drive and choose the backup file. So wherever it is, you can go to that location using add button and you can choose all the backups. Okay. So if it is in same location, you can choose all at a time. If it is in different location, you have to choose one by one. That's it. That is the difference. So the answer is yes, it is possible, guys. Okay. Are we good, guys?
Yes, Shanmugh.
Okay, fine. So now let's go and restore the database with the same name. Okay, this time I'm restoring a database with the same name in the same server. Restore database and device, browse and add and Amazon full backup, Amazon differential backup, Amazon log backup. Click OK and click OK. And I'm not going to change the database name this time. I'll keep it as it is. Make sure all three boxes are selected. Files. So here, as you are restoring with the same name, no issues, no need to check here. Okay, so under options, if I don't select with replace with overwrite, so what will happen? It cannot restore, guys. Uncheck this tail log. So it will simply show you, it will throw the error like database is in use. It will drop it, it will recreate it. So if the database is in use, it cannot drop, right? So that's why it will overwrite. Okay, then in that scenario, it is going to restore. Okay, we have to choose overwrite. Anyhow, we are restoring all at a time. There are no other backups to restore. I can choose click OK, guys. Okay, guys. Now I'll tell you one more thing. So Shanmukh, you said you will tell one shortcut, right? If there is a confusion between with recovery with no recovery. If it is clear, very good. Still, if you don't understand, people, always you can use with no recovery. Always, whether you have one backup or two backups or three backups or 300 backups, restore all the backups with no recovery. All the backups, even last backup also restore with no recovery. Let me show you now. Click OK. Then, as you use it with no recovery, what will happen? This is expected, right?
The database is in restoring, right? Yes.
So what it means, bro, just wait. There are other backups to come. So I'm waiting for that, like that, right? That is meaning. So now what you are trying to do, no, bro, all the backups are completed. You can come back to restore state. So simply run this query, restore database Amazon with recovery. No need to give any backup. Just use with recovery. That's it. In case by mistake, even though you are a good subject, I mean to say, even though you know the difference between with recovery to no recovery, by mistake, you restored last backup also with no recovery. By mistake, you did that. Then how we can recover? Simply run this statement, restore database name with recovery. That's it. Done. Refresh it. It will come to online. Clear, guys? So there is no confusion. Restore all the backups with no recovery. Finally, run this statement. It will come to online. Means you are confirming that, bro, there are no other backups. Happily, you can come online. Just to tell that, you have to run this statement automatically. Once you run this statement, once it is successful, the database will come to online, guys. Clear?
Thank you so much, Shambhu, for that. I've had this situation.
For you only.
Thank you so much. Thank
you.
Please write down this statement in the notes.
Arey, come on, Harishankar. Don't expect everything. Please, I'm asking you to write down the rough notes. Everything, if I am typing, what you are going to do?
No, actually, I am preparing notes myself.
Notes, you can prepare happily. You can prepare. Do one thing. Create one more document like this. Okay, you have right operation. I don't give right permissions. Why? Because people will keep on adding something, so it will create a problem. Simple. Go to docs.google.com. Create the same kind of document. Copy paste everything. Whatever you want to write, add it. I have to give some work to you, right? Everything, if I am spoon feeding, what efforts you have, what kind of efforts you are putting. When they are saying, last time also people said that please add this point, please add this point. You can create your own notes. Anyhow, I said I'll give separate notes also, even I'm giving the notes also. But again, guys, please try to write something so that at least it will increase the concentration while listening the class. Okay, you got it right. So now just open a docs.google.com, create a new document, copy paste everything, whatever it is there here, copy paste there, add your points, whatever you want, you can add it there. Come on. Right, fine. So now,
one question, when it shows recovery pending for database?
When it shows, see, when the restoring is, if it is in middle of the restore, it will show you recovery pending. Okay, and sorry, if it is in middle of the restore, it will show you restoring state. Recovery pending means if the database is corrupted, or sometimes what will happen, if the database is very big, when you restore the SQL server, all the database will go to recovery process, guys. When you start, if you observe, when like we are handling small databases, If you go to the organization, big databases will be there, 2 TB, 3 TB, 5 TB, 10 TB databases will be there. Okay. So in such scenarios, when you restore the SQL server, when you restart the SQL server, when you restart it completely, there will be a recovery process will run on every database. So it will take time if the database is big. So if it is recovering, then it will show you recovery pending. So in two scenarios, it will show you recovery pending. One is if the database is corrupted, it will show you recovery pending. Second one is if it is recovering after a reboot of the SQL server, after a reboot of the Windows machine, if it is recovering, it will show you recovery pending state. In these two scenarios.
Yeah, reboot of the machine, correct. Whenever I reboot my machine, right? So it is showing
Yes,
recovery pending.
yes,
So
it will show you like that.
I did restart of SQL server. After that, it reflected.
Yes,
Just come to normal.
after some time, it will be back online normally. Okay, just you have to
Okay,
wait for
okay.
some time. Depends upon the database to depend. If it is small database, you cannot see that state. If it is a big database, you can see some time. After that, it will complete. Once the recovery process is completed, it will show you online state.
Okay.
Ishamo, quick question, please.
Yes, yes, B.
So I did a backup, right? You do a backup and you specify the drive where the backup is. Now you want to do a restore. You want to go to the device and look for the backup. You can't find the backup. Where is the backup?
Yes. So you want to find out the backup. Where is the backup? So someone took the backup. He's in the night shift.
No, I took it. Yeah, I took it. I've specified the drive where it is, backup drive.
Okay.
Now I go to restore. I go to select the backup.
Okay.
I can see it.
Okay.
I've had a situation like that, and then I don't know.
See, if you can
I don't know what is
select
going
the
on.
backup, right? If you can see the backup, you can select the backup. If you can't see, guys, this is the scenario. Someone took the backup. I don't know to which location he took the backup. Now it is your time to restore. So you don't have any information. Then you can, I told you right, morning. Okay, we have backup tables in the MSDB. Go to MSDB. Sometimes in the interviews also they will ask this question. So your colleague took a full backup or some backups, but you don't know where he took the backup, to which location he took the backup. Okay, so how you are going to recover that? So in that scenario, see here 5 tables will be there. Backup file group, media family, backup media set, backup set. So these are the tables that we will use to see where exactly, when they took, what kind of backup they took. Okay, you can see here. So all the 5 tables are important tables. So on what kind of, like the data files, log files, DL means data file, log file, and all. And you want to see the location. Okay, if you want to see the location, go to this media family. Okay, so there you can see physical device name. See, okay, to which location they took the backup, you can see here. See backup file name. See, suddenly I took the backup. Say, let me go to this, and what I can do, the C drive itself, I'll create a location. Wanted, I'll create a location. Control Shift N. Control Shift N. Hey, come on, man. Come on. Control Shift N. Okay. Backups. Okay. And copy this path. And I'm taking a backup. Control V /. So I'm taking a full backup. Alt X. I took backup to this location. You don't know that to which location I took it. Generally, you thought it's a default location. Default location, you don't see this backup. I took this backup to a different location. Backups. So now you want to see, okay, to which location I took. Now go back to this table. Okay, this is the last time, right? You don't see the entry here. You can see 13 entries, means 13 times all the backups. Till now, full differential log, everything, like 13 backups I took. Now let's run it again. 14, you can see 14 now. Now you go and see the last one. See to which location I took the backup, guys. In this way, you can verify to which location we took the backup. Other details like who took the backup, when they took the backup, you can see all other details in the other tables, backup media. To see the location, only media family will help you. To see the location of the backup file, only media family will help you. Backup set, backup media set and all, it will give you the other details. Okay, other details like expiration, any expiration date is there or not, any settings are enabled. See, earlier I took one backup with expiration in the beginning to explain you, and you can see. Okay, so the other details and all. We don't need all these details, guys. Okay, you can see here what type of backup it is. DIL. What is the meaning of that? Tell me.
Data log.
Differential and log.
Then
Data file, log file.
Log file, data file.
Next. So that is your question for tomorrow. Just check and let me know, guys. Okay. So that is one more assignment. All are small assignments only, guys. Okay, not big. So in this way, sometimes in the interviews they will ask you where we can see the backup information and all. Even restore also you can see 3 tables. For backups you can see 5 tables. For restores you can see 3 tables. You can see here when I restored. Okay, who restored it? Restore history. If you go and see here, you can see the Kadir. I'll keep you in mute. Okay. Right, you can see here. See how many times I restored. Till now 9 times I restored. You can see here. Okay, so this is how you can able to see. So using this restore tables also we can able to see the particular restore information as well as backup information, guys. Right. So now, yes, Kadir, any questions?
No, thank you. I'm good.
Yes, Shannon, I have a question.
Yeah,
If you have big database like TB and some of 2 TBs, so what is the best practice to restore? If we can restore a full backup, differential backup, and log backup at a time or one by one? What is the best practice?
See, if the database is big, prepare a command first. Restore command, you know, right? I mean to say, no need to remember
Yeah.
this restore command. So always see, you have to prepare a restore plan, guys. Restore plan is nothing but restore command. Okay, from device, browse, and add. Always it's recommended, guys. Amazon, this one. Amazon log backup, Amazon full backup, Amazon differential backup. Click OK. And I guess, okay, 26th I just selected. Wrongly I selected full log differential backup. So this one. Okay, click OK. And then click OK. And then if you want, you can change the name of the database to the destination. Okay, Amazon underscore, what you can say, Feb, Amazon underscore Feb. Okay, options, and make sure and check this one. And of course, these are all the backups that we are restoring. Now script it out. Script it out. This is how you can prepare the plan. Okay, so for big databases, guys, always prepare a plan, restore plan first. So you can restore all 3 backups at a time, no issues, nothing will happen. It's not like this is recommended, this is not recommended. Always it's good to prepare a restore plan first like this. If it is failed, then it will be difficult again. Okay, so prepare a restore plan and give the stats here. Stats is equal to 1, stats is equal to 2. Give the stats here, and then or 5 or 10. So once it is, when it is running, you can see the output section, you can see 1% completed, 2% completed, like that. You can see the percentage also. Okay, so always for big databases, prepare a query first. Okay, even though you can see Shanmukh, why we have to prepare, you can simply click OK, right? Why we have to prepare? No, always prepare a query first and then run the query. Otherwise, what will happen? Sometimes it will create a problem. And one more thing to remember, guys, these two are very important. Okay, while restoring any database, what are the pre-checks? Okay, pre-checks to restore the database. One is check the version. It should be same or higher version only. You cannot restore to the lower version. Can I restore from 2019 to 2017? Not at all possible. 2016 to 2017 to 2016? You cannot restore from higher to lower version. This is one checklist you have to remember. If someone is coming to you, hey, can you restore my 2019 database to 2017, 2016? So that is not possible. Okay, guys, clear? One checklist. Second one is, tell me, what is the second checklist? Tell me, guys, you can guess it at least. The important one while restoring a database.
Trace.
Very good. Super, Tabasum. Nice. Nice. Space. Very important. Okay, make sure you have enough free space before triggering the restore itself. Make sure you have enough free space. If you don't have enough free space, restoration will be failed. Either for backups or restores, for these two, the space is important. Always make sure enough free space is there. If you don't have enough free space, the restoration will be failed. You have to check in the destination where exactly you are restoring in that server space. Enough free space should be there. Okay, free space should be there. These two are very important, guys. Free space should be there. Okay, after restoring. Then after restoring, also you have to do one thing: post checklist. Post checklist. Tell me, guys, what is the post checklist? Post checklist.
Restart, reboot.
Database is access. Reboot. Why you will reboot? For every restoration, you will reboot the server. Database should be accessible. Check whether database is accessible or not. Okay. That means what? What you will do? Simply click on the plus symbol. If it is good, healthy, it will allow you to open. If it is not healthy, if it is not restored properly, it will throw you the error. Database is not accessible. Second is permissions. Permissions. Otherwise, you will get what? You will get what? Starts with O.
Login.
Orphan login.
Very good. Orphan users. Okay, this is the post checklist. I'll tell you how to check this one. Orphan users, how to fix it, how to check it, everything I'll tell you. Okay, guys. Now let me restore. Till now we are restoring. This was restored, right? Go to the properties and okay. You can actually see the last backup information, guys. You can actually see the last backup information here. When I took the last database backup and when I took the last log backup, you can see the last backup information. To see last restore information, okay, to see last restore information, you have to go to the restore tables. Restore tables, guys. One thing that I want to show you. Restore tables. In the restore tables, you can see the last restore information. Now, let me show you how to restore in another server. Okay, this time I'm connecting to another server. Right, now I'll restore the backups of Amazon into this new server. Okay, another 2019 instance. You can see there are no backups here, no databases here. I'll restore it now. Right click on the destination server, right click, restore database, and device, and browse. Process is same, only one difference will be there. Add and go to the backup location, and where is the okay. Now tell me, I don't see the backups here. So what I have to do if I want
That
to
was my question. That was my question.
Very good.
Shimok.
Yeah. So I don't see backups here. So what I have to do if I want to restore the backups in another server? What is the what I can say pre-checklist kind of thing you have to do to restore the backups in another server? You can
Need
see
to
now.
copy the file.
Very good. I have to copy the backup files. Okay. I have to copy the backup file. See here, this is my default location where I can see my backups. For what? For default instance. Program files, Microsoft SQL Server, instance root directory, MSSql, and backup. As we are restoring in the same server, it is pointing to the same default location. But when I am restoring in another server, which is a named instance, this one, in this location, whether backups is there or not, it is checking. Can you see backups, guys, here? No. So what I have to do if I want to restore? I have to first copy the backups. Are you getting the point? In the organization also, if you want to restore from one server to another server, once backups are finished, you have to first copy the backups to the target server. Then you have to start restoring the things. Select this, select this, select this. Drag and drop. Okay, or copy paste. When you do the drag and drop, it was cut paste of there. Okay, copy paste. Once the database is restored, can I delete the backup files?
No.
Will it impact? If I delete my backup files, will it impact the existing database, guys?
No.
No.
The answer is no. You can happily delete the old backups, not an issue. Okay. Fine. So now this time, okay, go to this location. And earlier I don't see. Now just try to refresh it. See, I can see the backups all at a time. You cannot use, no need to use when you have multiple items scattering. You can use control button. When all three items are there, just drag it. All three will be selected and click OK. Click OK. Now this time, destination database, if you want to restore the same name, you can use it the same name. Go to file space. Now you can see this is very important. This is the major checklist when you are restoring from one server to another server. See, now tell me guys, can I restore it directly like this? What difference, what I have to do now in this screen? You can guess the answer here.
Restore as path.
Path
The
is
path.
showing the default instance path only.
Yes.
But my path should be named instance path. In this screen where I can see the named instance path. In this screen where I can see the named instance path.
3 dots.
No, not 3 dots. Here,
Data files. The data
here you
folder.
can see, right? Data file folder, log file folder. If you click on this, then it will be applied here. Venkatesh. Okay, so I can see this is my new path, but it is still pointing to the old path. See here, MSSql server, MSSql server, MSSql server, MSSql. So this is where even experienced people also will do mistakes. So very simple, when you are restoring a database from one server to another server, you have to simply, these are disabled, grayed out. You have to simply click on this, relocate all files and folders. See here, now it was changed, right? That is the option that.
No, the file groups also it will come automatically. F3,
Yes,
F2.
see, all are part of the database, right, Radha? File groups are not an external object, right? As you are restoring the whole
Yeah.
database, all the file groups also will come. Right, guys? So the one change is when you are restoring in another server, if the path is different, you have to choose this option, relocate all files to the folder. Then remaining every option is same as it is. You can simply choose with recovery and click OK. Done. See here, Amazon. In this way, you can restore, guys. Clear? Last point, let me restore with standby. Okay, I didn't show you, right, standby. So let me show you that also. Restore database from device, browse, add, full Amazon log, Amazon diff, Amazon full, not this one. Click OK. Click OK. Amazon underscore today. Amazon underscore something like this. Evening files. Make sure evening files are showing. Options. Restore with standby. Click OK. Done. See? Standby read only. You can just now in this on this database, I can restore other backups also, log backups, and I can even read the data also, but it will allow only read operations. Select queries you can run. Read only. You can see here, read only. So only select queries for read only, right? So in this way, you can restore with standby, guys. That is all about the restorations. And I'll give you one more assignment also. What is the other assignments? Where is the assignment section? Control F, assignments. prepare a table on the system databases recovery models. Okay, so and prepare a table for the backups. Okay, prepare a table for the backups on the system databases. Okay, so let me tell you guys, I need a table like this Excel sheet. So one thing is like recovery model, master model, MSDB, temp DB. Okay, rich recovery model. Check it. That's a simple thing. Okay, full or simple or bulk log, just type it. One thing, that is one assignment. Second one is master model MSDB temp DB. Full backups are possible or not on the master. Differential is possible or not on the master. Log backups are possible or not. If possible, mention it as yes. If not possible, mention it as no. Okay, so like that, I need a table. Clear? So these two are the assignments for tomorrow.
No, first one not clear.
Which is very simple. What is the recovery model of the master? That's it. Whether it is full
Okay,
or
okay.
differential or log, that's it. I mean, simple. You have
Yeah.
to create a table. That's it. Okay, guys, these two are the assignments, and hope you will do that. And with that note, I'm okay. Signing off for today. Tomorrow morning we'll connect 7 a.m. IST, and for US people tonight 8:30 EST. Okay. Fine, guys. Thank you. Thank you all. Bye. Good night. Good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.